All right, everyone. Well, now that we have levels 61 through 100, I thought it would be a perfect time to do a video like this. So I wanted to share with you guys some tips and important information about account levels in Raid Shadow Legends, as well as just I've been doing some testing over the last few days, some really interesting things that I have found. So let's get right to it. And in order to do a video like this, it's actually really important that we start off with this, and that is we need to really break up levels 1 through 100 into two different groups. So we are going to have group 1, which is going to be levels 1 through 60, and then group 2, which are the newer levels that were just added to the game with patch 1.15, and group 2 is going to be levels 61 through 100. And I will start off by saying, very importantly, that the group 1 levels, 1 through 60, are much more important than group 2 levels. And the reason is, quite simply, Group 1 levels, when you're still leveling up your account from 1 to 60, you will still be getting maximum energy. And that is really, really important because maximum energy is going to allow you to get more value from things like your energy refills, whether you decide to actually use the energy bottles or whether you use your gems. It's always going to cost 40 gems or one energy refill bottle. And the more maximum energy that you have, the more value that you are going to actually get for your refills. So that stops happening at account level 60 when your maximum energy is going to be capped off at 130, and the group 2 of levels 61 through 100 will not give you any maximum energy, so they are not going to be as important. So I actually did some really interesting testing over the last few days to get a sense of how much account experience you are going to get in the campaign versus dungeons. And those of you guys who watched the video from a few days ago where I talked about the release of 1.15, you probably saw that in that video I had 0 experience because this is when the patch was just released, and I also collected all of my daily, weekly, and monthly quest rewards to end off with exactly 2,000 energy. Now what I decided to do at this point is I wanted to test using 1,000 energy in the campaign and then 1,000 energy in dungeons and see where my account experience would end off. And I started at 0% here, and the first 1,000 energy, what I did is I just did regular old campaign farming, brutal stage 12-3, just farming that over and over again for food, and I ended off after using 1,000 energy. I had 16% of the way through level 60. Now, what I did after is I decided to swap over to dungeons, and I actually ran Dragon Stage 20, not with food, of course, with a full team of champions to actually get me through the content, and I spent 1,000 energy here, and I actually ended off with 25% of the way through that level. So I only actually got 9% when it came to dungeons versus the 16% that I got from the campaign. Now the reason why I'm at 138 energy is what I did is when I started dungeons, I actually took one more energy refill so that using the 1,000 energy wouldn't actually put me below 130, where I would start to regenerate energy naturally, so I could keep a much more accurate count of the amount of energy that I used, and 8 energy over, of course, because Dragon Stage 20 actually costs a total of 16 energy, I believe, right? So there's no way if you do Dragon Stage 20 at 16 energy per run to do exactly 1,000 energy, so it actually ended up being 992 energy, which is 8 energy short. But nonetheless, you're still looking at a pretty substantial difference in terms of your account experience by farming dungeons versus campaign. The campaign is definitely much more efficient. So this gives us quite a bit of information, and of course when you are in those group 1 of levels, you definitely want to try to prioritize anything that involves the campaign in order to get those levels to increase your maximum energy, rather than spending the majority of your energy in dungeons where you're not going to be getting as much account experience. Now, of course, this is really strictly if you are a min-maxer or you really want to just get the most out of your resources. If there's an event or a tournament running where, you know, you're still below account level 60 and you want to run dungeons anyway, go for it. Whatever is going to get you the most enjoyment in the game. But if you are a min-maxer and you're really trying to maximize the resources that the game gives you and the most efficient way to do things, especially with the way that the account level system is set up right now, and the fact that we did not actually gain any additional maximum energy with levels 61 through 100, this really does change the kind of process of things in a way where anybody who is still in that group 1 of levels 1 through 60, you really want to focus on anything campaign related until you get to level 60, and then at that point you can kind of just do what you want, because level 61 through 100 don't offer as many rewards. You're still looking at a few things, like you do get some progression rewards and whatnot. You can take a look at them right here, what they're going to be for level 65 through 100, but that maximum energy is one of the biggest incentives for those levels up, given how much additional efficiency they give you for your energy refills. Now, with the same test that I used to determine what was better and how much experience you got in the campaign versus dungeons, I was actually also able to find a really interesting number, and that is the minimum amount of energy that it would take in order to get your account up to level 100. Now, this number, really importantly, is assuming that as you increase your account level, the amount of experience doesn't actually go up beyond level 60. So that means that level 60 through 61 would take the same amount of experience as 61 through 62, and so on and so forth. I have a feeling, of course, that as you increase your account level, it's going to take more experience. So this number is just an absolute minimum. It's probably going to be quite a bit higher than this. But if we actually take a look and use the 1,000 energy that I spent through the campaign, and we're obviously going to use the campaign for this because campaign was way more efficient for account experience than dungeons. 1,000 energy got me 16% of the way through level 60. So that means that it would take me 6,250 energy to end up getting from account level 60 at 0% experience up to account level 61. And of course, if account level 60 through 61 is the same as all the other levels, that means that it would still take, at the absolute minimum, 250,000 energy in order to end up getting the amount of account experience you would need to get to level 100. So that's the absolute minimum. And of course, if the experience for level 61, 62 are much higher and the curve goes up drastically, then we are easily going to be looking at numbers much closer to 500,000 or even a million plus energy to get to level 100. So, even though these account progression rewards, if you take a look at them, they sure do look enticing, it's going to be a pretty crazy grind in order to get these. So I'm really interested. You guys can let me know as well in the comments if you want. How long do you guys think it will be before the first people, or the first person group of people, I guess, starts to get to account level 100? Do you guys think it's going to be in the next month or two, or do you think it'll be much, much longer than that? And I also just wanted to share with you guys some general information that you probably want to know about account levels. Of course, every account level that you get is also going to give you a full energy refill. That's going to be based off of whatever your maximum energy is at the time. So, of course, all those level ups that you get really early on, you're probably going to notice, or you may remember if you guys have been playing the game for a while, that you're going to really stockpile a lot of energy really early on in the game because you're constantly getting those first few account levels, and every time, of course, is giving you a full energy refill worth of energy, and it'll go above your maximum. So it's pretty easy in the first 20 to 30 account levels to stock up 1,000, 2,000, even 3,000 plus energy. But of course, as those account levels get more and more difficult to get, then all the energy that you're getting from those refills, it's going to slowly go away, and definitely not one of those things that you want to get used to if you are a newer player. Now, each level will also end up giving you some gems, and I'm not actually talking about the gems from the progression rewards. These ones are different. I'm just talking about the actual gems that you'll see on the level up screen. It'll say, if you got maximum energy, and then right next to it, it'll say, like +5, +10 gems, something like that. Don't forget as well that your dailies, weeklies, and your monthlies will actually give you some account experience as well, but it's not really significant. Going back to that video where patch 1.15 came out, I actually did collect all of my dailies as well as some weeklies and monthlies, and even after all of that experience, I didn't even get a single percentage of the way through account level 60. It might be more if you're still in those early levels, but as your account level goes up, it's definitely not a super big deal if you accidentally forget. So definitely don't put it at the top of your list as one of the most important things to get that account experience. Now, I also know for newer intermediate players, at a certain point, the rewards in the market do actually improve. You'll start to see things like better artifacts, and I believe it does indeed go based off of your account level. I do not believe that it is account level 60, because I remember when I got to level 60, I checked the market to see if they improved the actual artifacts, and they didn't. So it might be level 40, level 50, something of that nature, but keep an eye out if you guys are still progressing through levels 1 through 60. And would actually be pretty interesting if Plarium kind of threw a little bit of a hidden surprise at us, and maybe at level 70, 80, 90, hopefully not 100, because I don't think too many people are ever going to get to account level 100. But it would be interesting to see if they actually improved the market rewards once again. Like, they got rid of the 3-star artifacts. Maybe they added 6-star artifacts. Who knows? It's very unlikely, though, but just one of those things to add to the suggestion list for Plarium. Anyway, that's pretty much everything that I have for you guys related to account levels. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and that it did help out. And I know that there is a new tournament going on right now, which is the hot topic of discussion. And I definitely have my thoughts and opinions about this, but I'm probably going to save it for another video, maybe in the next few days or so, because it doesn't really have a place in a video like today. It doesn't really have a lot to do with what I was talking about. So keep an eye out if you guys are interested in more information about that. But with that all being said, that's going to be it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you are interested in more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine. So thank you very much to all of you guys who do that. And more Raid Shadow Legends videos, over 240 on the channel, should be popping up on the screen right about now. Feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, have a fantastic day, everyone. Take care. And this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.